Hi everyone, this is Naomi, and today I'm coming to you with a little video series that I'm going to make about genres that I enjoy. The first one of this is the mysteries, and it's going to be about 5 books that I've read that are very mysterious or have very strong mystery elements, and 5 mysteries that I want to read and I don't really know much about. So the first one is going to be The Last Time I Lied. Now this one I loved. I couldn't put it down. It made me just keep reading. It's about this girl named Emma who, when she's 11, I believe, she's at camp and her cabin mates go missing. And then 15 years later, she's called back to camp to be the artist or the director of the arts, and she has to kind of confront the past and try to figure out what happened to her missing cabin mates. It's very interesting, and it's told in this game of 2 truths and a lie. So anytime that someone's like playing this game, they don't really give an answer and you're not sure what is the lie. So it's very powerful. I couldn't stop reading it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's not as fast-paced as Riley Sagar's first book, which is Final Girls, but I enjoyed this one even more. The next book that I have read and I recommend is I Love You More by Jennifer Murphy. Now this one is about a man who he gets shot within the first chapter, I believe, of the book, and he has his wife and his daughter there on vacation, and then the detectives start questioning, and then they find a number on his phone, I believe, and then they go find another woman. They talk to her and they find out that she's also his wife, and then there's another wife, and there are 3 of them, and it's a big mystery of who killed him and how and why and what's this connection of these 3 families that don't know of each other's existence. It's great. So I really recommend it. The next one is one I read a couple months ago, really enjoyed, and I think it's a perfect Christmas read. So if you're looking for a Christmas mystery already, you should pick up An Unwanted Guest by Shari Lapena. This one was so good. It was like I felt like it was a Clue game. I felt like I stepped into the board game of Clue. Basically, these guests are all stuck in a hotel for the night. The power goes out. They're up on a hill where the roads are garbage because of the snowstorm. They can't get anywhere. And someone dies, and they're like, oh, it's just an accident. No one actually got murdered here. And then they realize someone else dies. And it's suddenly, who did it? And they're all stuck there together. It was so good. It was so atmospheric. I felt like I was in the book, even though it was hot when I was reading it. I felt like I was in a cold, frozen hotel. It was really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. The next one isn't like a hardcore mystery, but it's a series that I always can pick up and find very enjoyable, and that is the Under Suspicion series by Mary Higgins Clark and Alifar Burke. Now this one is the second, I believe, in the series, maybe the third, but it's a series based on this idea that it's a TV show. If any of you watched Dateline, it's about these cold cases or old cases. So this follows a woman named Lori, who is the producer of a show called Under Suspicion, and she comes up with cold cases that have never been solved, and she wants to solve them. So what she does is she brings everyone who was there, all of the remaining people who were at that location. The first one was, I believe it was a sorority girl with all of her friends at this house. And they all come back, and they all come back to the house, and they start doing interviews with a lawyer slash presenter, if you will. And then slowly you start to find the puzzle pieces that were the original case. And one of them is the murderer. So this whole series is like that, and I really enjoy them. I just gobble them up. They're my form of junk food in book form. So I very much enjoy their partnership as a writing team, even if it's not the most critically acclaimed mystery I've ever read. Now the last one is And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. This is, I think, my favorite mystery that I'll probably ever read. It's about these 10 people who go to an island all under different impressions. So one of them thinks she's going for a party, another one thinks she's going to be the secretary there, another one thinks that she's going to visit her a former friend. But they're all there, and then slowly they start dying one by one, and they don't know who it is. So it's a big mystery and you don't know who it is until the very last page. I think this was spectacularly written, and especially on a reread, you find so much more information, and it's very, very interesting. I really enjoy this one. So Agatha Christie's crowning jewel, in my opinion, is And Then There Were None. Now on to 5 books that I want to read. I'm not going to tell you much about them. I'm going to maybe say a couple sentences if I know that much, and otherwise I'll just list the ones I really am interested in. So the first one is The Snowman by Joe Nesbo, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I just know this is about a serial killer. I was told it was fantastic, and I don't know anything else. But I'm really interested. The next one is one I also know nothing about, and that's The Wife Between Us by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. Anytime someone talks about this, they say, oh, it's so good, but I'm not going to tell you anything about it. So I'm very curious to what's so good about it. Now the next one is a Ruth Ware. I have read 2 Ruth Wares, and I've enjoyed them both, and I've heard this is her best work. So I'm excited to read this one. This is The Death of Mrs. Westaway, and it's about a fortune teller who gets given the wrong letter and decides to go and try and make some money, or try and get some money in an inheritance that doesn't belong to her. I don't know anything else. The next one has to be a Shari Lapena. Because I just finished her other one and I fell in love with that writing style, so I want to read The Couple Next Door. I don't know much about this aside that it's about the couple next door. So the last one is 9 Perfect Strangers by Liane Moriarty. This one I think is about a spa, and 10 or 9 people go there and then someone dies. Liane Moriarty often writes in flashbacks, so I'm interested to read it and see what it is. I have enjoyed every book I've read of hers since, so I need to pick this up soon. And that is my 5 and 5 is what I'm calling this series. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you've read any of the mysteries that I have read. I'd love to discuss them with you. And if you have read any of these that I want to read, please let me know which ones I should prioritize, because I am interested in them all, but it's just a matter of which ones first. So I hope to see you again soon. Bye.